Hey guys, so today another presentation of Law, LAW, Land, Air, Water. For some of you this might be educational, for some of you it might just be entertainment. This is simply just a perspective. You make of it what you want. This is not to convert you in anything whatsoever. So today I'm going to talk about land jurisdiction and water jurisdiction. We're going to leave the air jurisdiction for another time. So in the laws of the land for the living, men and women, right? What we have here is mainly do no harm. No lie, no steal, no beat nobody, no cause no harm. And if you do cause some harm, let's say accidentally, right? Well, remedy it, fix it, own up to it, accept it. If you cause any harm, fix it. This is how it's done in the laws of the land. Now, man belongs to his creator in this jurisdiction, and spirit operating the body of man is the trustee. God is the grantor. So God is granting the body over to the spirit, and now that man is now entrusted with body. So that spirit which is entrusted with body, that's man, right? Let's call it that. In this jurisdiction right here, you are to be self-governing, right? Because it's simple, just cause no harm, meaning work together, live in harmony and remain in peace. Cause no harm means remain in peace. So in the laws of the land, we're supposed to be remaining in peace. Now, the jurisdiction of the water. Now, this jurisdiction here, right here, is for the dead, for the corpse, for those vessels, the ships, the costumes that are worn in the ships, carrying vessels or considered vessels, and the titles of those that are in the ships, right? And then let's say if you open a company, right, and you're doing maritime commerce, right? Well, that's also a dead entity. A person is also a dead entity. So all these are all considered dead entities. They're dead things. So these cannot operate in the laws of land of the living because they don't have feelings. They can't cause harm. They're not alive. So in this jurisdiction of the land of the dead, they deal with commerce instead of this, and they're dealing with maritime admiralty law. Now, anything with a title in this jurisdiction can be claimed as property. So let's go say they have a ship, right? And her name is Marta. Now, Marta, that's the title on paper. Now that becomes property. Now they can do commerce with this. They can sell it, trade it, do whatever they want with it, right? Let's say there's a company incorporated. That too can be a title, a property, sorry. So, right here, in this jurisdiction right here, right, man consents to being a title, and therefore man becomes slave to his master. Because title is property, right? Because man consents to being property created for the world of the dead. So now these things right here are created for the world of the dead, these titles right here. So when man says, yeah, I'm a person. Oh, really? Okay, so I can claim you, Something can claim you. Something can claim the title, the John Doe. Imagine this is a birth certificate, right? So the birth certificate is a creation of the dead entity, the dead version of you, if you choose to operate in this dead world right here. So now, if you say that this is you, then what you've done is that you've kind of broken a contract right here of trusteeship. Right? Because then you're saying now the body that you've been entrusted with now becomes property to something. So now who claims that? Who claims the body? Because it already belongs in the land jurisdiction. It belongs to the grantor. So this jurisdiction right here, right, deals with the legal system. And interestingly enough, in a dictionary in 18 something, I could share it I shared it with another post. It outlined in one sentence that legal is the undoing of God's law. So if you notice, right, God says do no harm, but in this system right here, you can actually pay to get permission to cause a little bit of harm, right? So this is legal system right here. So interesting thing to look at now that there's a big denomination of people that are religious or considered to be religious people of God, right? Of their God. So they say that they the law of their God tells them, people of God must obey the laws of the land. So when you hear this now and you know about the jurisdictions, it kind of broadens your perspective and your understanding, hopefully, that if the people of the religious people are obeying the laws that are coming out of the system of the dead world, if that's who they're obeying, then wouldn't it be safe to assume and wouldn't it be easy to demonstrate that they're obeying, and they're obeying to be ruled by the God of the dead, and that what they're doing is giving up, relinquishing their position in the land of the living, because now they're allowing the dead to govern them, and they're not able to be self-governing unless they redeem themselves, reclaim their status, living men, living women. Do no harm becomes basically their government of self-governing body right here. So this right here is just to simply show the distinction between the different laws and jurisdiction, and how currently right now in the court systems of today, once you pay attention, you start to realize that the courts of today, the lower courts of today, are operating right here. And we are participating in this by consent. And it is being assumed that this jurisdiction is our jurisdiction. But as you can tell, we cannot serve two masters at the same time. One must pick which master they serve. And that is going to be left to you.